And in other news, the complaints by some Cameroonian artists of the dominance of Nigerian music in their country is getting louder and is now beginning to create worrying events. Our correspondent Abidemi Dairo takes a look at how these complaints are beginning to spiral into an anti-Nigerian artist conversation in the Central African country.
Bloggers, social media personality, anything concerning Nigerian music, any Nigerian artist where one come for Cameroon, una just ignore this Joe boy.
This disturbing video posted on social media by Cameroonian comedian and artist Pancho CY International about Nigerian artists and Nigerians in general highlights the growing attack on Nigerian musicians around some other contemporary music sphere in Africa.
Nigerian music in Cameroon, we are tired of your greed.
That Nigerian music and musicians are currently dominating the sounds in Africa is not in doubt. What is worrying is the growing level of attack from music acts from other parts of the continent. Earlier this year, Cameroonian singer Stanley Enau, who has collaborated with Nigeria's Davido, called for a reduction in the airplay of Nigerian music in Cameroon. Later in a text exchange with me, Enau dissociates himself from the call for banning of Nigerian music but stressed for laws that protect local contents.
One time to the girls with a break dance. One time for the girls with
Same period, television operator in Cameroon and member of the All African Music Award International jury, Robert E Chokola, said the attack on Nigerian artists is coming from just a few individuals and not the majority of the Cameroonian artists.
Some rooted frustration coming from some Cameroonian artists who feel that our powerful neighbor is invading our territory, culturally speaking, and specifically from the music sector. But I don't think that this is any cause for worry. It's coming from just a few individuals, because I believe that if the Cameroon music has taken this new impetus, as I've seen in the past decade, I think it's largely thanks to a positive influence coming from Nigeria. So I think that instead of some of the artists begrudging Nigeria for flooding the Cameroonian music market, I think it should be a welcome gesture. It should be a welcome move, because I think this is what inspired many artists of this country to step up the quality and the caliber of their music.
This ugly anti-Nigerian sentiment again is believed to have risen its head as a Valentine's Day concert to be headlined by raving Nigerian singer Naira Marley was cancelled even after the singer had arrived the Central African country. According to wide reports, some alleged disgruntled Cameroonian entertainers had forced the government to cancel the concert, citing the headliner as a bad influence.
It's been postponed for obvious reasons. But I'm here, it's lit, I'm having fun, the food's nice. You know, I like the views, you know, everything, same struggle, but we're going to do this bigger and better very soon. You know, the promoters try their best, really know. They try their best, but for obvious reasons, it can't happen, but we're going to do it bigger and better, I promise. Malians.
Now, before the Naira Marley attack in Cameroon, Nigerian acts Thames and Omale were arrested in Uganda after a group of Ugandan artists led by Bebe Cool began a protest against them performing in their country during the height of the pandemic. So I reached out to Nigerian music executive and promoter Efe Omorogwe on why sometimes other African artists appear to attack Nigerian artists when they come to their country.
I think it's a natural phenomenon. When you're trying to grow your music within your market and there's a dominant force that is, in your opinion, basically running the airwaves, and that those artists or those interests or those record labels they're not local people. It's I think it's a natural reaction. I've been in that spot before where we lived with the discontent of having foreign music, American music particularly, dominating the scene here, from radio to television to nightclubs, parties and all of that. So I think the feeling in itself is a degree of nationalism, and I do not think in itself, I do not think it's something out of place or wrong. How it is expressed, however, is what is critical. So for the guys who are being disruptive, it happens in a mob. You know, 10 people might decide to speak calmly. One person or two people might decide to, raise their voices and be disorderly. But I do not think that's the way to go. I think people have to be strategic. I think people have to be civil. And again, you also have to consider a lot of these conversations, the international treaties, the international conventions, that come into play, as far as um, materials from foreign lands are concerned. I'm all for regulation. I'm all for a degree of balance that allows the local industry to find expression and to compete, favorably.
Before now, the rivalry between Nigeria and Cameroon had been limited to the football pitch between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Indomitable Lions from Cameroon.